In the Heights continues to fail and bomb. In the Heights drops another 53%. It is going to be another sort of fail because In the Heights is just another box office failure. Okay, In the Heights is a box office failure. Yeah, and this movie is just continuing to fail and spiral down. And this movie's gonna probably end up making around 1.5, probably gonna drop to around 2 million. No, 1.5 million in the weekend gross. That is abysmal compared to a 63% drop. I think people are done with wokeness. F9 has a pretty bad score on IMDb, but IMDb is not really determining how this movie is a success. It is the first time that people are just not listening to IMDb for once and just watching a movie. And yeah, this movie, Fast 9, is doing well compared to, if you look at the critic scores for F9, the Fast Saga, it's still at a 5.4 on IMDb. I wouldn't be surprised if people are salty over, this movie's doing better than In the Heights. 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, and is In the Heights, which we had like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. People just don't care what the critics think anymore. This movie's success is the ultimate middle finger to the critics. The ultimate middle finger to the critics. Okay? And compare this movie to also as well, compare it to Peter Rabbit. Okay. Peter Rabbit, which came out on the same week, is doing far better than In the Heights. And Peter Rabbit is doing far better than In the Heights at the box office this year. Peter Rabbit is probably going to gross around 40 million. In the Heights will probably barely scrape 30 million if it's lucky. It probably might end up around 26 to 27 million at the end, as more movies continue to be competition for it, such as The Boss Baby 2, The Purge, Black Widow, the Escape Room sequel, and Space Jam: A New Legacy comes out. This movie is going to continue doing worse and worse and worse. In the Heights will continue doing worse and worse and worse. Peter Rabbit won't really have much competition until The Boss Baby comes out next week, which might actually decrease this movie's box office potential, but The Boss Baby is set to also underperform because not many people really like the first movie. Not many people are really excited for The Boss Baby 2. They are projecting, I'm projecting at this point, Boss Baby, I said Boss Baby could gross 20 million, but it could very well gross another 10 million. But The Boss Baby was far more successful compared to, let's just say, Peter Rabbit. The Boss Baby, I think, opened with around 50 million at the box office compared to Peter Rabbit's 33 million. So that's why I said Boss Baby could gross 20 million compared to Peter Rabbit. Whereas Peter Rabbit, when you compare it to the Angry Birds movie, it's a movie that did really well in its first outing, but didn't really do well in the second outing. I think Boss Baby 2 will probably do much better than Peter Rabbit at the box office, considering it is releasing during a holiday weekend, which is the big advance for this movie compared to Peter Rabbit as well. But In the Heights is the biggest laughing stock of the movies in film. This movie is just a big laughing stock. This movie is set to make less money than Cats worldwide. It's set to lose money at the box office. It continues having these big drops. And the only movies that can compare it to a movie like Charlie's Angels. Woke movies that nobody wanted to see. This movie's having abysmal rigs at the box office. Okay? It isn't like the old times anymore. Well, you can release a movie and because of the pandemic, it can have massive rigs. It does not work like that anymore. The movie theaters are starting to recover and the box office is going back to normal. Which is very bad news for movies like In the Heights, which could rely on box office rigs. It's underperforming in HBO Max, it's underperforming in theaters. This movie is nothing but a massive failure. Goodbye.